Hello everyone and welcome back. So today on my interactive segment, I have my brother with me. I'm going to ask him to introduce himself and then we will pick it from there.
Shoot. Hello everyone. Thank you for your time. I'm Lamex Kigane or Ladiki the Great, and I'm happy to be here today to share some piece of my mind with you. Hope you'll follow till the end. Yeah.
Nice. By the way, he's the CEO somewhere. I'll tell you later. Hiyo mtanihonga. Anyway guys, keep subscribing, keep sharing. And our topic today is quite simple. We just want to tackle relations and how people relate to one another and things to do with life in general as one person relating to the other. And to start us off, I'd like to ask my brother here to give us a touch of how he feels today's connections, how people are relating today. How does he feel about that? Do we connect with much love like people used to do before, or our own type of connections have fallen out of place? So what do you think about our type of connections these days?
Okay, on time matters of relationships and connections nowadays, the world is it's different actually.
Yeah, very, very
It's
true.
not like how we used to know before. The internet have made the world to be quite different. The way we do things, the way we interact with each other,
True.
the way we connect with each other. For example, long time ago, people used to go to supermarkets to buy stuffs, but nowadays we have e-commerce platforms. And when we go to the most developed nations like USA, China, you'll find that the e-commerce platforms, they are the ones that are most used, even more than people don't prefer to go to supermarkets or to shops. They prefer using the e-commerce platforms, just ordering from the house. So you found that the interaction between human beings has been limited to online, to online platforms. Okay, for me, it's actually a good thing because the world is growing and technology is growing. On the other hand, it's also a bad thing because the interaction between human beings is becoming low. It's becoming low. And there is that thing, just that thing from the heart that it's important when you meet with someone face to face, you interact, but through online
It sounds different.
It sounds different. It's not that good. And you'll find that nowadays people are really depressed because of the economies. People are really depressed because of some kind of things. And when you go out there to interact, you find that the level of depression will go down. Maybe when you interact, you'll forget what you're going through, you'll forget your stress, you'll forget your troubles.
Something out of your mind.
But this thing of just staying indoors, not going outside, just ordering food from indoors, not going outside, actually, it's not a good thing.
All right. I mean, I feel like so much people are not focusing on interactions this day.
That's true.
Because once I see you online, once I view your status, I know you are alive and kicking. Does that feel like a bad thing? Because those days somebody could actually come knock on your door, be like, hey bro, how are you doing? You good? Yeah. And you could actually sit down to a cup of tea and maybe get to chit chat, giggle into life together and stuff. Maybe out of that people could build their connections. How is that different from today?
It's different actually because even where I stay, I don't know my neighbor. I've never seen my neighbor. I don't know my neighbor. I've never seen them. I just hear them coming maybe at night and leaving very early in the morning. I've never seen them. You see, so that it's different actually. It's not like before when we were young. You could know everyone in your village. Everyone in your village, even some few kilometers away from where you stay, you know everyone. You interact with everyone, and that's not a good thing actually because human being, you are created to interact with each other, to show love to each other.
Well, love is the greatest commandment.
Yeah, but when you don't know your neighbor, you don't know the person that you're living next to. You see, that's something a bit awkward.
So you're trying to say that we as humans have revoked the rule of be your brother's keeper?
That's true. We have revoked that rule actually. And for example, my neighbor is dying. Maybe he's going through something. I want to know what he's going through.
Yeah,
because he can't regret me. He doesn't know me. I doesn't know him. So maybe they can't come to my door and knock it and say, please ladiki, we need your help in this and that. Yeah, because first of all, I've never seen you, or maybe if we walk past the corridors, we've never greeted each other, so they can't. You can't help.
That happens a lot. Happens a lot. So I was talking to a friend one time, and this person was telling me how they always feel like it's always their fault. People make them feel as if everything that is happening to them, they deserve it. And Maki, what's happening to them is not a good thing. They are going through rejection and like they're just alone. All right. So why does people have to make others feel as if it's their fault that every other thing is happening to them?
Could you please repeat your question?
Because, okay, this is what I'm trying to cross-reference, that there is somebody who's always taking the blame. You have that one friend who maybe is going through a hard time with family and stuff, but they feel like it's their fault at some point. Is it really their fault, or they're just putting themselves in that position?
Okay, sometimes, I can't say it's someone's fault, but maybe it might be your fault. It depends with how you see it.
So happiness is by choice.
Happiness is by choice, actually.
So they are choosing to
be
put themselves in
a shoe maybe that they can't fit in.
Alright.
Okay, well, you know, when you over expect something, it will become a disappointment.
Yes, expectations, right? That is quite the underline. Because you tend to realize that somebody could just get mad at you because you didn't do a certain thing, but deep down you didn't know the expectations.
You don't know the expectations.
So what is disappointing people these days is the expectations.
The expectations. You're putting your expectations too high. Maybe you know some things about nowadays, especially the Kenyan youths, not even the Kenyan, but the youths in large African youths, or maybe say the youths all over the world, they over expect. They are over ambitious about something. Yeah. So you find that someone wants to open a business today, and tomorrow he wants to be a millionaire. You want to open a business today, by 2 months' time you want to be a millionaire. You want to make your family proud. For example, we go to elections, we select leaders. Now these leaders promise us jobs. So youth, they are over ambitious. They over expect that these leaders are going to give us jobs.
So you just sleep like, okay,
you just sleep. Yeah, I'll get a job when this leader of mine gets into office. I'll get a job where he promised to give me this and this. I'll get it from them. So they over expect. That's why you find that most of the time these youths, they fall into depression, and you find that these youths who are under the age of 30 years, mostly they die because of depression, because of over expectations.
30 years is quite young.
Yeah, you want to impress your family, you want to impress your friends, you want to impress who, but you forget yourself.
Yeah, you lose yourself.
You lose yourself on the process.
A few days ago, we saw the deputy president himself. He said it was a graduation, and then it's ironical because this is the deputy president, but then he says to the graduates, guys, you know what? Congratulations, by the way, but we will not promise you jobs because they are not there. We will make those jobs available with you.
Yeah.
So what does that say for us as
youths? I kinda agree with the deputy president because we know there was a pandemic that attacked the world, the coronavirus pandemic, and a lot of companies fired the employees. And because of the inflation that's happening all over the world, because of the Ukraine war and Russia, there's a lot of things that's happening all over the world. A lot of companies have gone bankrupt. There are no employment opportunities for the youth. Yeah, and you expect that when we are growing up, when we are still schooling, we are told that education is the key to success. That if you get this education,
something I disagree with 100%.
If you get this kind of education, you'll get this kind of employment too. You'll get a white collar job. You'll earn money. You'll buy a good car. You'll build a nice house. But that was actually a lie, a very, very big lie. And you find that when these youths graduate from the university, now you have your degree, you have your what and what, and now you leave your village, you go to the cities. You go to the cities, I want to get a white collar job. to assist my family.
You wanna be
I want
employed
to,
immediately.
you want to be employed immediately. But you forget that the world out here, it's quite different from what you're being taught at school. It's different from what you're told. It's different. If education was the key to success, even the class 3 dropout is educated. He could be successful by now. Sorry for Kiswahili. They could be successful by now. You know? Now, about what the deputy president was saying, we have to create these jobs due. I kind of agree with him. There is this HEIFA report that said about the rate of unemployment that is rapidly increasing among the youths in Africa and all over the world in large. Yeah, there is this rapid unemployment rate increasing, and every day. Youths are getting fired, youths are graduating, no jobs. They are tarmacking, no jobs. You're having the certificate, no jobs. Depression kicks in, no jobs, you die, no jobs. You know, now the deputy president was just trying to mean that we have to create the jobs with you. Okay. For me, I actually say this: these youths, they have to go back to the drawing board. You have to go back to the drawing board and restructure. Now, when, like for example, let me talk about agriculture as a center of employment among the youths. You find these youths, they have really despised agriculture as a source of employment.
I mean, who wants to go to the farm?
Yeah, they have really despised agriculture as a source of employment. But as we are going, that's going to be the only way. The agricultural potential is for Africa alone. It's really untapped, and it's an industry that can produce billions and billions of dollars for the community and raise the community from the poverty level. It can be a source of employment for hundreds of millions of youths. The agricultural sector. And I would like to say this, that the government should, not even the government, but the youths should embrace. Now that we have no jobs, they should embrace agriculture with the support of the government and any possible organization, because I know there's this financial problem and knowledge problem that maybe they don't know how to do. Maybe now
there is not so much exposure these days.
They don't have much exposure about agriculture. But it can be, if these youths are educated, if these youths are supported financially, they can actually take agriculture as a source of employment, and they can be educated on the new methods of farming, like the hydroponics, botany, and the aeroponics, because they take a little time. For example, if you use hydroponics in, for example, you are growing spinach.
That
it will
goes
take
pretty fast.
It pretty fast. Maybe by 2 weeks. They are ready. You're selling them. You have your money. Now, if you draw, So that's what.
Sorry to cut you short. I was trying to relate in the issue of agriculture and the youths of today. I mean, we've grown so much of screen time, like we always on phone, unlike how we really are invested in ourselves. Like you'll find somebody is always online, always live, always doing something online. But should you find out what they're doing with their lives, they'll tell you, okay, I'm living in the moment. What do you feel about living in the moment? Because living in the moment means you only worry about today. You do not foresee about your future. You do not worry about tomorrow. So how do you feel about living in the moment? And bear in mind that tomorrow is not promised. Unaweza kufa leo. So how do you feel about living in the moment?
Okay, I was talking to another youth the other day, and he told me that life begins at 40. I have seen people who are 40 years, but they are crying. They are regretting their lives. They wish they knew. They always say, I wish I knew when I was 20. You will find someone is 70. They doesn't have a house. They are unemployed. They are poor. They are suffering actually. They doesn't have a decent job. They have children. They need them to support them, but they have no choice. Now remember, this person now is 70, but there was a time this person was 20 years. There was a time this person was 30 years. There was a time this person was 40 years. What happened? They were living in their time. Now they didn't know that we have a future to live in. We have a future. That's what they didn't know. And okay, we can't blame the youth sometimes, because they don't have that person to mentor them out of or to mentor them or tell them what they are supposed to do.
But we cannot say youths do not have somebody to mentor them, when literally what we search on YouTube is not mentorship. if should you find a chance to go through everyone's browser, that is when you'll get to realize that people have actually different things positioned in their minds. People are just okay living now, and like trying to foresee what will I be doing tomorrow at the same time today. So I kind of find it not comfortable that we as youth are very comfortable in this position, and we like YOLO, you only live once. I mean, okay, fine, you only live once, but don't you want to leave a legacy?
Okay, you know why I said sometimes you don't need to blame the youths. It's because of these youths, they have no one to tell them what they have to expect in the coming few years. But if you take some 10 youths here, you check their browsers, they are just browsing different things, what do you call it, things that they are not going to be of any benefit to them. And you sit them here and you start mentoring them, teaching them of the life of they are going to expect tomorrow. Will you tell me that they'll change?
No, you'll sound definitely crazy. Why are you advising me?
You'll sound crazy.
Yes,
but if you keep on doing that to them, they'll actually change. I've been talking to some youths actually. Okay, people like, there are some of my friends. When I sit down on YouTube, I don't watch comedies, I don't watch cartoons or something. I actually go to what do you call it, agricultural things, or maybe some educative information. That's what I watch.
New systems of farming and
new
stuff.
System of farming, not even farming alone, but even business management. I watch things dealing with the cryptocurrencies, because the world is changing to cryptocurrencies. I watch things dealing with the FX something, what do you call it, FX trading. I watch things dealing with the nanotechnology, the AI technology, things like that. Now some of my friends always think that I'm crazy, but when I sit down with them, I told them this is what you should expect. Because you are something, you are someone. Do you know cryptocurrency? No, I don't know cryptocurrency. Now, in the future, we will not have this money that we're having now. We will be dealing with the cryptocurrencies, the Bitcoins. Someone doesn't know what Bitcoin is. Now, when you teach them and tell them that, do you remember there was a time we were having cash. Then we graduated to mobile banking, to cards. Now in the future we'll not have those things. We'll be having something like cryptocurrencies, the money that we can't see, liquid money. What will you do? You have to get the information now. Now when you tell them such things, now you sit them down with them, maybe you're discussing something important, maybe some issues. They have knowledge, they have no knowledge about what you're discussing, but they are surprised. For you know everything. And they're like, no, we want to be like you. Then you tell them, now if you want to be like me, you want to know everything like me, you have to dedicate at least 1 hour per day.
You have to invest time.
At least 1 hour per day to watch informative things. Dedicate at least 1 hour per day to read your books. Dedicate at least 1 hour per day to read your Bible, your Quran or something. Educate yourself. Open your mind. This world is about opening your mind.
And that goes in hand with saying that we have all the resources we need. As in, we do not need a third hand or a second hand to come tell us, I can place you here. Because take it for example, the now MP for Langata Jalango, one day he was sharing how he got his job at KISS, and he said the papers those guys were asking for he actually didn't have. But he classified himself with the people who had those papers. And when he got to the interview room, he was like, guys, okay, I'm sorry, I do not have the papers you guys asked for. So those guys are wondering, why are you even here now if you've just said you don't have the papers? But he countered and said, you know what, I don't have the papers, I might not have them, but I'm that person you need. Do you think that people should just use what they have, what they believe in as a fuel instead of blaming life on everything?
Oh, that's true. Okay, it's the same story as that of my spiritual father. Even him, when he wanted to get employment at Kiwi factory, he didn't have those papers. He had only the Form 4 certificate. And when he went there, he had the knowledge. He told them, please, I don't have the papers, but I'm the right person for this position.
Exactly.
And it was a
Confidence.
managerial position. Yeah, they were looking for a manager for that company. And by that time, he was only 21 years old. But because he convinced them, they saw it in him. Now they said, this is the right person. We don't need the papers. We need this person. Now, we might have, I'm sorry to say it, but nowadays we have people we are called the educated fools. Yeah, they have degrees, but they are fools. They are idiots.
We can.
They can't come up with something important.
Yes.
You know, the problem about this world is that those with money have no ideas. Those with ideas, they have no money. They have no power. That's the only problem.
Those with money,
they have no ideas.
Those with ideas have no money.
Power. And money.
I cannot argue anymore. It's very true. But do we have confidence in ourselves?
Yeah, confidence. You know, life is a journey filled with ups and downs, challenges and triumphs. And in the darkest moment that we often find strength that we never knew we had.
Yeah.
Remember, it's not the absence sorry about that. Remember, it's not the absence of knowledge, but it's the absence of you. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have that confidence in you that no, if I'm giving this position, I'm going to outperform it. If I'm giving this, I'm going to do my level best. Just be optimistic, actually. Believe in yourself. Start by believing in yourself.
So there are these people who don't actually believe in themselves. There's that person who sees themselves as a fuck up. There are those people who see themselves as if they're not any good. There is nothing good that can come out of them. What would you tell such a person? Because this person is always lonely, low. They just feel like there is nothing they can do. There is nothing they can do to impress anyone. They're just there. Like they're just living their life on the low. What would you tell such a person in regards to confidence?
There is this thing that I like using to motivate maybe youths or people who see themselves as useless.
Yes.
I always tell
them useless is the word. Go ahead.
They see themselves as useless. I always tell them this when their dad and their mom met, when they had sex, a single ejaculation contained more than 10 million sperms. And
so
remember,
those are like other millions of siblings.
Yes. There were more than 10 million sperms. Just a single ejaculation.
Yes.
And out of all these 10 million sperms, there's only one that was allowed to fertilize.
Yes.
The ova.
Yeah.
And you can see that the possibility of this sperm swimming all the way to meet that egg to fertilize it, it's called an ova. Yeah, to fertilize it. It's comparable to that of a man swimming across the Atlantic Ocean at a distance of 5,000 kilometers. While it is impossible for a man to complete that.
You cannot. Sure.
Swim across.
Try today, you die before you even get to the middle.
Yeah, it was even not even the middle. You can't even go in 3/4.
Yeah.
It was possible for you when you are sperm. It was possible for you to swim across that distance.
Yes.
In quotes, to meet the ova and fertilize it. Yes. Remember, there were 10 millions of you following you. Yes. Then, why didn't the one that was following you overtake you and fertilize the ova? Now, that's why you were born. You were a winner from the onset. You won a race out of other 10 million.
True.
10 million siblings of yours. Yeah. You won the race and you were conceived. Yeah. That's why you're born. You are born an original, not a photocopy. You are a winner from the onset. And if you are a winner on that, the most difficult race in the world, then you can be a winner even now. You can be a winner. You just have to tell yourself, you know what? If I won that race of 10 million people, I can win this race of life. This race of life, I can win it. Yeah. Just believe in yourself. Everyone of us was given gifts. Everyone of us, we were endowed with gifts in the form of talents. Yeah. But most of the time, we tend to forget, or we tend to suppress ourselves down, that we can't see ourselves as important in this society. Yeah. We see ourselves as very, very, very useless, that we can't do anything important in the society. For example, sometimes you'll sit with your friends, then your friends tell you, no, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that, and you see yourself as a very useless person. Yeah. Believe in yourself. Follow your dream. Follow your passion. Follow your dream, follow your passion, and just strive to make it. All these great people, they became great, but they have a story. Yeah. They have a story to tell. because no one was born today and he found himself great.
Yeah.
They have a story to, even if you're from a rich family, you have a story to tell. You know, this happened, that's why I became this. Now you want your children, maybe your generation, to live a life not the same as your life. Change your attitude, change your way of thinking, change your everything. Just believe, know what, I can.
Yeah, it's kind of coincidence. I did a podcast talking about attitude, that should you want to be successful, your attitude should be as equal as your ability, as your belief. Like, you should be having the same perception with attitude. You cannot have a different attitude and expect a different outcome. So those things go hand in hand. And then another thing that I would like you to really touch on is rejection. There are those people who feel like they don't have a belonging. Like, these people have a certain class, I don't fit in. They are always trying to fit in a specific class. What is really the problem with people and classes and rejection?
Classes and rejection.
Yes.
You know, when you're sitting around people that think that their classes is too high, just change your school.
But they say if you mingle with 4 millionaires, you're the fifth one.
You're the fifth one.
So this person is trying.
Disagree with that.
This person is trying to have a certain class of friends, but they don't actually fit in.
Okay.
Or rather, they feel like all their life, all they've faced is rejection.
I tend to agree with some quotes actually. Like when you mingle with 5 millionaires, you'll become the 50 millionaire. Or when you sit with great people, you'll be great. Where are you going to get those great people? You can't meet them. You have to book an appointment. You have to go through security check. You have to go through that in order to meet them. Yes. And when you meet them, what are you going to discuss? Even then, before they reach there, they were not sitting with those great people. They were just like me here.
I mean, so most of us, when we tend to meet great people, we actually don't talk to them about opportunities. What happens to us, we are so much into taking selfies and showing people that, I was with so and so. But what is really in for it if we should actually use these great people as a fuel to our future? What do you think would be the outcome? Instead of just selfies for the socials.
Okay, it's for these great people actually also to see, like, for example, if you're a millionaire and you see that a youth is approaching you and with a very good idea, and youths actually, when you found up an opportunity to meet someone who has made it in life, just try to use that opportunity, because opportunity comes once in life. Grab the opportunity and make use of it.
Yes.
Grab that opportunity, make use of it. It may never appear again. It may never come again. Just use that opportunity. Market yourself, trade yourself there, and let you get supported. Actually, if you have a good proposal about something that you want to do, if you pitch that proposal to that person and he sees it of value.
But you see, the use of this day want easy come. They want shortcuts.
Shortcuts to life. And there are no shortcuts to life actually. There are no shortcuts.
We are so much focused on trying to compare our lives to somebody else's. In the long run, we don't even look at ourselves that deep. Yeah, peer pressure is actually a very deep one, because you realize there are those people who cannot work without pressure. So if you actually apply pressure on them, it moves them out of their shell. So is pressure necessary?
You know, you are my friend here, for example, then you buy an iPhone. You know, I'll feel like, hey, I need to have that phone.
I need an iPhone too.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem.
But you do not know how I got the iPhone.
I don't know how you got the iPhone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think like we are more focused on
materialistic things,
that we actually do not see the real value of what we could actually get out of us. So as a fuel to success, do you think like we have everything that we need with us?
We have everything
in terms of exposure, materials, and these days we never used to have phones in those days, but people in one way or the other, they became successful. We never used to have internet, computers. Like Kenya is a third world country, it's growing. So there are those people who made it in those days without everything that we have right now. I mean, at 24 years, there's somebody who never had a smartphone in their life, up to their 70s maybe, but we have it at 24. do you think we have a great opportunity to success, unlike those from?
In fact, our success has been simplified. It's really simplified. We have everything that we want. If you want to learn how to code, you just go to YouTube and you learn how to code. And you go to find something small. You go to the school for 3 months, to the college for 3 months, and you have your skills there. But you already learned it from YouTube. Everything, it's simplified for us. You want to learn something new about business management, you just go to YouTube. The lessons are there. It's really simplified for us. Now it's just for us to take an action. When I wanted to start my company, there was this person that I was on a meeting, a Zoom meeting, and I told them, now I have a proposal, but I don't have money to start my company. And they told me, you have everything that it deserves to start a company. You don't need money to start a company.
Just like
and
that.
I was very angry with that person.
Okay.
I was very angry. I was telling him,
I
don't need money to start a company. How? I need money.
I mean, the only reason I shared my proposal was because I needed money. Funding. Yes.
And then you don't need money to start a company. You have everything. You don't need money to start a business. If you have the proposal, you have the idea, then you have everything. Pitch it. Pitch it out. Find people. Pitch it out. They'll support you. Sell your idea. They'll support you. Don't just say I don't have money. Well, are you going to get that money if you're not going to pitch that idea to everyone? You know? Now we have everything that we want. We have everything that we want.
So earlier on, you said that should an opportunity present itself to you, grab it
and take use.
How would you know that this is my opportunity?
Opportunity. Yes. Okay, this is about my opportunity. For
because,
example,
we tend to see maybe many have passed us without knowing. How would you know that? Okay, this is happening. This is actually in place. Okay, I should use this to.
An opportunity doesn't hide itself.
Yes.
You remember there was a time that this billionaire Bill Gates was at an interview, and when the interviewer asked him, "How did you become rich?" Billionaire gave him a checkbook and he asked him, "Please write any amount of money that you need." But the Nisanka refused to write an amount of money.
Yes.
Then the Bill Gates answered and said, "But right now you could have been the richest new anchor in the whole world. But what did you do? You just let the opportunity pass." So you asked me how I became a billionaire? It's because I don't take opportunities for granted. When an opportunity presents itself, I just grab the opportunity and I make use of it. Now I have given you the opportunity to be the richest in your anchor, but you have refused to take the opportunity. That's how I became rich. I don't refuse opportunity. I make use of them.
That makes sense.
So opportunity will just represent itself to you like this. Make use. You're making to maybe God allow you maybe today to meet a millionaire.
Yes.
God allows you today to meet somebody like whom will I use? Somebody like the president.
Okay.
Now you have your proposal with you. You have your idea, the best idea that you have. I want to do this and that. I want to do this and that. I don't have money. I want to do this and that's the problem. Finance is the problem. Financial problem. Now you're meeting the president. You're sitting the president like this.
I don't even know what I'll tell the president today.
You don't know what you'll tell the president.
Yes.
You see,
I'm not
now
prepared.
The opportunity will pass like that. When you are there,
okay.
don't just make jokes and take selfies.
Yes.
Tell the president, you know what, Mr. President, I have this proposal with me. I want to do this, that. You pitch your proposal to him. You pitch your idea to him. And when you're pitching idea, just go straight to the point. I want direct. This and this and this. Mr. President, he's the president of the nation. He won't refuse to help you.
Exactly.
Leave alone Mr. President, any billionaire. You take the billionaire a lucrative proposal, something that will impact a change, or something that will have profit, that will make profits, a lot of profits. Will they refuse to invest in your proposal?
No,
they won't refuse because they'll see something in it. They won't refuse to do that.
So everyone wants somebody who's open-minded. All right.
You call them destiny helpers or destiny connectors.
So that means we have to always be ready so that we don't have to prepare. All right. So in final words, what advice do you have for us as a people in regards to life, connection, and everything?
Okay. Remember that failure is not the end, but a valuable lesson in disguise. It's through failure that we discover new approaches, develop resilience, and gain the wisdom to navigate through future challenges. Embrace failure as a stepping stone, towards your ultimate triumph.
Yeah.
And surround yourself with the people who believe in you and your dreams. Seek out mentors, friends, and supporters who will lift you up, challenge you, and push you to be the best version of yourself. Together, you can achieve greatness beyond measure. Take risk, embrace change, and dare to step outside your comfort zone. Growth happens when we challenge ourselves and push the boundaries that we thought possible. The greatest achievements often require us to take that leap of faith into the unknown. Above all, remember that success is not just about personal gain. It's about using your talents, skills, and passion to make a positive impact on the world around you. Be a force for good, inspire others with your action, and leave a lasting legacy of kindness and compassion and greatness. So, my friends, I implore you to rise above the doubts and fears that may hold you back. Believe in yourself, embrace your failure, surround yourself with a supportive community, and use your gifts to create a better world. Your potential knows no bounds, and with unwavering determination, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Go forth, dream big, and let your light shine bright for all to see. The world is waiting for your greatness. Now it's your time to make it happen. Remember, what the mind conceives and believes, the mind will always achieve it.
It has to start with the mind, attitude, perception.
And Napoleon Hill said this: when we die, let us die when we are empty. Let us not go into our graves with everything, with unfulfilled potentials, because we are all born with the potentials, but we die with them unfulfilled.
That was deep. There's a lot to unpack from that. There's really a lot to learn, and I think I just secured you a spot in the next episode. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening in. You're welcome.